Hi dear children, welcome you all for the online mode of teaching. This is Yakshia ma'am. Hope you all are doing good. This is 9th standard first language English class. This is the continuation class of the lesson The Collectors. Let's see what the next scenes will be. So last time we had stopped in a point where the four children, there are six totally, in that Carol, Glenn, Wayne and Pete were not ready to stay in that house. The other two, Dwan and Tresse, were not still believing that there is some problem in that house. They were still thinking they are in an ordinary house and ordinary people are staying there. They are still thinking Mr. and Mrs. Brown are ordinary people. But the other four, as I told you, those four children are thinking they are aliens. So they want to move out of this house. And they asked Mrs. Brown to bring their teachers out from the sitting room. But Mrs. Brown goes and comes with Mr. Brown outside. Mr. Brown says, "No, I am not ready to bring your teachers out from the sitting room." They were hungry now. They want to get out of that house. So what do Glenn and Wayne do? Glenn and Wayne will start rushing towards the door. But when they were rushing towards the door, one armed Mrs. Brown brushes them away. They are sent flying across the kitchen. So when they were rushing towards the door of the kitchen, this Mrs. Brown pushes them in such a way that they flew and they were fallen down in the kitchen. So Mr. Brown says, "Stop that. We don't want any of you to be damaged." Mr. Brown says, "Stop that. Don't try to escape from here. We don't want to harm you and I don't want anyone to be damaged here. Either one of us alone is more than a match for any five feeble earth children. See, we are not earth children." He will directly say, "See, we are not people who belong to earth. So, we alone, any one of us are enough to be as strength as of five people of the earth." That means, five earth people are equal to one of us. That is, we are more stronger than five earth people. So, one person is enough to damage you all. So, don't take a chance. Carol say, "If you try to keep us here, the police will come looking for us." So, if there is someone missing from the town, people will start searching for them and they directly go to police to give complaint. So now if we are here, police will come looking for us. So don't do this, Carol says. Mr. Brown say, "Will they? They won't find you. You're going away." Mr. Brown say, "Even if they start searching for you, you will not be found. You are going away somewhere." Tracy say, "No, where are you taking us?" Tracy was like, "Where are you taking us?" Mrs. Brown, "Shall I tell them?" Mrs. Brown will ask Mr. Brown, "Shall I tell them where are we taking them?" Mr. Brown say, "Why not? It might calm them to know there is no avoiding their fate." So he says they are trying to escape from here, no? You tell them. There is no harm in telling them that. You will not, even if you tell them, it will not avoid them from their faith. Their faith is to come along with us. They can't stay here. Come on, tell them. So Mrs. Brown says, "We are taking you to our home planet." So aliens planet they are being taken to. Glenn says, "Home planet? Which is your home planet?" was his question. Next, what happens? When Glenn asks, "Which is your home planet?" Carol will be like, "You are not from Earth. You are alien." So he was like, "Oh, then you have your own planet. Then you are not from Earth. Are you alien? Are you aliens?" he asks. Mr. Brown, "Exactly." He says, "Yes, exactly. We are aliens." Wayne, "But you are human. You look human. These people look like humans." So he says, "But you look like a human." Mrs. Brown say, "We can take on any shape we wish for a time. So can our spaceship." So Mrs. Brown will say, "See, we look like human. If we want, we can take any shape that we wish. Even our spaceship also can take any shape that we wish. So now our spaceship has taken the form of a house. We have taken the form of a human. So if we wish, we can take any form, she says. Mr. Brown says, at the moment, as you have seen, it looks like an earth house. Very useful for our mission. So at the moment, for us, it's very useful to convert our spaceship to a house, earth house. So we have done it. Mr. Brown says. Mrs. Brown, in a few moments, we shall convert it to a spaceship again and return to our normal shape. She says, see, at a moment, in just few moments, we will convert our this house to our normal spaceship, and we will also become normal like an alien, and we will take you, she says. Mr. Brown says, so you had better drink. It will make the shock of takeoff easier for you. So Mr. Brown says, see, we are taking you off from here. So when our spaceship is going up, it'll be a shock for you. So if you drink this, you better drink this so that that shock will not happen to you. So Tracy was like, but you mustn't take us. You can't do this. Tracy was like, you shouldn't do like this. Mr. Brown says, how wrong you are. We can do anything. How can you be so silly, was his answer. Vain. But why us? Why pick on us? Why are you picking us? Why not others? Mrs. Brown say, you were available. We collect creatures from other worlds like you. Mrs. Brown say, you were the one who are available. We didn't come in search of you. You came all by yourself, and you are available for us now. Like this, we collect creatures from other worlds also. Carol was like, why? What for? Why do you take us? For what reason? Mr. Brown says, for experiment and scientific study, you will be useful to us. He says, for any experiment and scientific study, you will be useful for us. So we are going to take you to our world. Pete was like, oh no, we won't. Pete was one who was very much strong in the group. He says, no, we won't let you take us. Then what happens? Flinging the cupboard door open, Pete holds up the walking stick two-handed. This Pete was a very strong and determined child. He will start flinging the cupboard. He will open the cupboard door and he will start saying, he will hold a walking stick in two-handed and he will threaten them. Come on. Come one step nearer and I smash this equipment. So he will, that system what they had in the cupboard, all the equipment, electronic equipments, he will say, if you just step 1 foot forward, I am going to smash this equipment. Mr. Brown was like scared. No. He says no. Mrs. Brown say no. Do nothing yet. Too dangerous. If you do something like that, it is very dangerous. So don't do it, she says. Pete says, grab a chair, Glenn, and come over here. If they so much as move, smash all this. So he will order Glenn, see Glenn, come here. Grab a chair from there and come over here. If they do anything as such, smash all these things. If they just step 1 foot forward, smash all these things was the order given to Glenn. So Glenn was also fine. Okay, right. Here Glenn and Pete were from the beginning a little very curious and a very little, stand through people. They were not too much scared. So he joins Pete with the chair raised and ready. So now Pete was with a walking stick. Glenn Glenn was with a chair in his hand. Both of them are standing near that electronic equipment, threatening them that they are going to smash. Now he joins Pete with the chair raised and ready. Mr. Brown says, smash any parts of those panels and you can kill us all. So if you are going to smash that, you will not just kill us, you will also kill all of us. Pete says, I'll take that chance. Carol, you and the rest get near the outer door. No problem, I'm going to take the chance, was Pete's answer. No problem, even if we are going to die, no problem. I am going to take the chance. And others, please move. He'll order Carol now. He will order Glenn to stand beside him with the chair to smash the equipment. Now he will order Carol to go take rest of them near to the outer door. He says, take everyone to the outer door. Carol was like, yes, come on, you lot. Quick, he says. All others, now Glenn and Pete were standing near the cupboard. Other four people were there. Who are those 4 people? Carol, Wayne, Carol was there, Wayne was there, Tracy was there, and one more was Dwan. all those four will start moving towards the outer door. Carol will lead them to the outer door. All the children except Petey and Glenn cluster against the door to the outside. So all the other four will start clustering towards the outer door. Mr. Brown says, they are only children. We can rush them, attack. Mr. Brown, this fellow was saying like, they are just children, we can attack them, come on. But Mrs. Brown says, no, they are wild, keep still, they are wild. If you just move forward, they are going to smash the equipment and we are going to be collapsed, and everything of us will be collapsed. So let us be safe. Don't move, she says. Mr. Brown, we can't let this happen. Beaten by inferior creatures. Inferior creatures means they feel they are superior. Superior means more strongest than us. Human, they are more stronger than humans. So they say inferior means less in strength. So he says, Mr. Brown says, we can't do this. We can't let this happen to us. They are very inferior to us. We are superior than them. So we can't let them be beaten by such kind of inferior people, he says. Mrs. Brown says, we must let them do this. Otherwise, if they break any part of that equipment, we are stranded here on earth. We can do no repairs here. So she says, if they do any problem for the equipment there, we will have to stay here on earth and we can't do anything. We can't do any repair here. We have to somehow go to our planet. We can't stay here. So if we have to go to our planet, we have to be quiet now. If we are quiet now, they will move and we can move to our planet, was her answer. Petey, you go and bring Mr. Hunt and the other out there. So Petey will order Mr. Brown, you better go and bring Mr. Hunt and others out here. Mr. Hunt was his master, teacher. He will order Mr. Brown's to go and bring their teacher out here. But Mr. Brown was like, no, I can't get your teachers here. Then what happens? When he says, no, I can't bring your teachers out, Petey taps the panel with the stick and swings it back for a real blow. Immediately, Petey was like, he'll tap the panel with the stick. He will tap that particular panel and he will take the stick to a real blow. That is to give a real, to really smash the equipment. Mrs. Brown was like, go and fetch them. Mrs. Brown will order Mr. Brown's now. Go and fetch them. Go bring those teachers, all the 3 teachers out. Mr. Brown goes out. Mr. Brown will go out from the kitchen now to the living room, for the sitting room, to bring the teachers. Petey, you, to the Mrs. Brown, he will order now. Mr. Brown will go to Mrs. Brown, he will say, you, how do we open the back door and the door in the porch? He says, how are we going to open the back door and the door near the porch? Mrs. Brown will say, yes, all right. It's that control down there on the left. It's marked with yellow light. Press it. She says, in the electronic cupboard, in that cupboard where the electronic equipments were there you have a control down which is marked with yellow light. Press that, she says. But Glenn was like, don't trust her, Petey. Glenn says, Glenn was holding that chair, no, he will say, don't trust her, Petey. But Mrs. Brown was like, she was very much sure because she wants to escape from this. She don't want to lie over there. She is in fact telling her husband only to not to do anything and go get the teachers. So now Petey say, I won't listen. If those doors don't open and at once. So when Glenn said, when Mrs. Brown was telling the exact button for pressing it, and for that it will open the back door and also the door near to the porch, Petey and Glenn was not ready to trust her. And Petey was about to say, if in case that door doesn't open at once when I press this yellow button, he was about to say, Mrs. Brown say, I'm telling the truth, press the control, press it. She says, no, I don't want to take chance. I am really telling you the truth, please press that button, she says. Petey, watch her, Glenn, and if this is a trick, use that chair. So he says, Glenn, when I am pressing the button, you keep a watch on her. And if I find this is a real trick, she is telling a lie, Use that chair. So use that chair to smash the equipment, he says. Glenn, don't you worry, mate. Mate means friend. Don't you worry, friend. I am going to take care of it. Pete presses the control and the doors will open. So she was not lying. She was saying the truth that that button will work. And once he pressed that control button, the doors will open. Carol says, it's all right, Pete, it worked. So Carol was standing near the door, no, to go out. So when he was standing with the other four, with his friends, all the four were standing there. Along with Carol, there were three, no. When they were standing there, this door actually opened when they pressed this button. So Carol will say, it's all right, Pete, it worked, it opened. The door opened. Mr. Hunt, Miss Swan and Mrs. Johns stagger dazzlingly into the room. So this, when the door was opened, the three teachers, Mr. Hunt, Miss Swan and Mrs. Johns, were dazzled, to say. They were given some drink so that they are in nasha. So they were dazzling in that particular room. And Mr. Brown was standing behind them. Pete, help them. Get them outside and well away from the house. You also go. He will say, Glenn, see, help them. Get them outside of this house. Wayne, what about you? Pete, don't worry. Get going. So now, Pete will say Wayne to take the teachers also out of the house. Wayne will ask, what about you then? Pete says, don't you worry. I am going to come out. You please get going, he says. Now, all the four children, that is Wayne, Carol, Tressy, and one more. Who was that? Dwan. All those four children are out along with their three teachers, Mr. Hunt, Miss Swan and Mrs. Johns. Now what about Pete and Glenn? Let's see. Now the children help the adults out through the back door, leaving Pete and Glenn facing Mr. and Mrs. Hunt. All went out. 4 plus 3 is 7 people went out. Totally 9 people had come inside. Now only 2 children are inside facing Mr. and Mrs. Brown. Glenn says, what now, Pete? They'll grab us as we run for it. So they will grab us as we run towards the outer door. So what shall we do was the question from the Glenn. Pete say, no, they won't. I have got a plan. You go first. So Pete says, no, they won't grab us. I have a plan. You better go first. Glenn say, no, not without you. I will not go without you. Mrs. Brown say, we underestimate these creatures. They were never so fierce before. So before, these people had never seen humans like them. Human creatures like them. They were thinking they are superior than, aliens are superior than the humans. But Mrs. Brown says to herself, we had underestimated these creatures. We had never seen such fierce. Fierce means such an angry people or such a strong people before. Mr. Brown say, they were all drugged before. They were all drugged before. Pete, go through that other door behind you and close it. Pete will say to Mr. and Mrs. Brown, go through that other door behind you and close it. He says, close that door and be in that room. Mr. Brown say, and if we refuse, Mr. Brown will now again, he will not stop. Mrs. Brown was okay. She was ready to send them out. But this fellow was still in a mind state that he don't want to say yes to any of their options. So he says, what if we refuse? Pete says, you will be very sorry. If you refuse to what I am asking you to do, then you will be feeling very sorry. What kind of a sorry? Mrs. Brown had already told. If anything happened to their equipment, then they cannot go to their home planet and they cannot repair also here. So you are going to feel sorry for what you will refuse, was the answer given by Pete. He taps the panel again with the stick. He will tap the panel, threatening them. If you don't do, then you will feel sorry for it. Mrs. Brown now, do as he says quickly. We have no choice. Mrs. Brown will say, come on, we'll go and Lock the door inside. We have no other options. The two aliens go out and close the door behind them. So they will close that door and they'll be inside. Pete, run for it, Glenn, now. Pete will say, Glenn, come on, we'll go run. Glenn will also not leave. When he said first, when Pete asked Glenn to leave first, then I will join you. Glenn was not ready to go without him. So now he asked Mr. and Mrs. Brown to go inside the room behind them and lock it. Now when they have gone inside, both will run outside. Then Glenn along with Pete will go out. Then what happens? Let's see. So then Glenn and Pete dash for the back door and disappear through it. So once Mrs. and Mr. Brown will lock themselves in the door behind them, Glenn and Pete will rush towards the back door and they will escape from there and they will disappear from there. And all the 9 of them will move very far and they will make sure they are safe. And they will sit on a grass, and it was a very nice environment that the sun had come out. It was not raining, neither it was foggy. Then what happened when all the 9 were sitting over there? They will start conversing. Who started the conversation first? Mrs. Johns. She says, I can't believe any of it. I can't believe such thing happened to us today. Carol says, but do you remember being drugged, miss? Don't you? Carol will ask, miss, at least do you remember that you were drugged by people like them? Dwan will say, and all our anoraks were left in that house. Spaceship thing. Anoraks is waterproof jackets. All our waterproof jackets are left in that house only, Dwan says. Glenn, and the house isn't there anymore. To go and collect also, the house is not there. And they will not do such a thing again, no. They can't get inside such kind of a thing. Glenn says, the house is also no more. Pete says, just vanished in a soundless flash. In just a flash, in just a moment, without a sound, the house has vanished. Miss Swan, I know, but it's mad, it's incredible. See how it is incredible. Just without a sound, in just a moment, it has been vanished, Miss Swan says. Mr. Hunt says, we have to go and report about it. To police or people, we have to go and tell this. Miss Swan says, don't be silly. How can we? It sounds utter nonsense. If we go and tell people, they will not believe also. It is silly to tell also. They feel we are telling some nonsense story to them. Mr. Hunt says, people disappear. Maybe they were collected as we were. Surely we have got to tell the story, believed or not, as a warning. See, he says, whatever, people may get disappear, just like how we were collected by them. There might be people who might have disappeared, or people may get disappeared. Even if we go tell this story, they may believe it or not, but just like a warning, we can tell them about this. Wayne says, it will sound crazy. Wayne says, if we go and tell, it will sound crazy. Tracy says, I don't want people thinking I'm potty. I'm potty means I'm foolish. I don't want people to think that I am a foolish girl. So I will not go and tell, Tracy says. Mrs. John says, I agree, say nothing. I also agree with them. I will also not say anything about this to anyone. Mr. Hunt says, I don't know. Swear everybody to secrecy. So he says, I don't know about it. Okay, swear everybody that let this be a secret. Anyway, I am cold. Let's get on down to the village. Talk it over as we go. The party moves off arguing. So Mr. Hunt says, I don't know. Let all of us swear that let it be as a secret among ourselves. And come on, let's move towards the village now. It's already time. While moving, let us talk about this. Let's not sit here anymore. So the party will move arguing. One will say, I'll go and say this to police. One will say, I'll go say this to my parents. But the other will say, no, let's just have it to be a secret within ours. All 9 of us, let's not tell it to others. Like this, they keep arguing and they move towards the village. This is the end of the chapter. I hope you all understood it. So we have come to an end. This lesson was a play, a small play which has been elaborated to you and given to you all. So a brief summary is that there were 2 aliens and there was a spaceship which looked like a house. All the 3 teachers with 6 children were without any idea. Since it was raining, they had to take shelter. They moved into that house, which was a spaceship, but which had taken a form of house, and they went inside. They found very unusual things that were happening in the house. The house was not exactly like a house, and the equipments inside the house were seemed to be like a aliens world. And those two, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, also looked very different, when were having different kind of an eye, and they were having many fingers in their hand. This made children have a doubt on them, and after they started doubting on those two, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, the doubt came to be a reality that they were not humans. And since the teachers were drugged, these two, the Glenn and the Pete, took a step forward to be more courageous among the six children, and they made all the people escape from that particular spaceship, and they also made an effort to threaten Mrs. and Mr. Brown, who were aliens. And finally they were out of the house, and they were peacefully heading towards their village. But they were confused to tell this complete story to the people outside or not. So, this is all about the lesson. I hope you all understood the lesson. Thank you, children. Keep learning. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Thank you.